Check. Welcome back. Has your boss ever said "f you" to you? Well, I found this extraordinary clip of the former owner of the LA Times saying "f you" to one of his journalists.
About revenue and the bottom line and all that, but I'm a journalist, so I kind of want to know what your viewpoints are on journalism and the role it plays in the community, because we're not the penny saver, we're the newspaper.
My attitude on journalism is very simple. I want to make enough money so I can afford you. It's really that.
Pretty fair response. Market capitalism 101. My goal is to make enough money that I can pay myself and pay you to keep working. All right, pragmatic.
Simple, okay? You need to, in effect, help me by being a journalist that focuses on what our readers want and therefore generates more revenue. We understand
E.g., nobody's reading the Orlando Sentinel, guys. Why is that? You need to make content that people want to read, which is probably true, although sometimes educational or insightful stories aren't that well received. But he's not wrong in terms of we need more eyeballs equals more advertisers equal more money.
We understand unequivocally that the heart and soul of this business is the editorial side of the business. That's our content. But if we don't have the revenue, it doesn't really matter.
But what readers want are puppy dogs, and I mean, we also need to inform the community.
I'm sorry. I can't, you're...
She's saying a line that you hear in newsrooms all the time, that our readers or the audience only cares about fluff pieces and puppy dogs and flowers. They don't actually care about hard-hitting news or investigative pieces or pieces that are relevant to the community. I'm not saying she's wrong.
You're giving me the classic, what I would call journalistic arrogance of deciding that puppies don't count.
Cold.
I don't know anything about puppies. What I'm interested in is how can we generate additional interest in our product and additional revenue so we can make our product better and better. And hopefully we get to the point where our revenue is so significant that we can do puppies and a rat. Okay?
I want to add in full disclosure, the reason why he says to the woman asking the question is, in particular, in that instance, that journalist had turned her back toward him when he was finishing that last sentence. And so he saw her turn her back and start to walk away, and he said, probably on top of the clapping and the adrenaline. Nonetheless, it's a fascinating clip. Two things can be surmised: that ultimately, the journalist and the owner are operating from first principles that are radically different. You can hear Zell talk about product over and over again. I want to get the product better so the product can generate more revenue. He views news and editorial content as a product. And that product, if it can be optimized, can make more money for the media company, e.g. his asset, and that's how he views it. The journalist doesn't think about it as a product or a money-making asset. In fact, historically, journalists are trained not to think about money in a deep sense, or not to focus on the business aspect or business model of journalism, which is in some ways our fault collectively as a society. Is for many decades, journalism and news was a lost leader. We as a society or companies acknowledged we're not going to make money off of news or journalism because we get to use the public airwaves for free. And part of that exchange, by gracing us with the public airwaves, American people, we shall present you with the news, and we will lose money on it, and then we will show some rubbish sitcom to you for the following 3 hours, and then Johnny Carson, you guys can go to sleep. That's how it was. It's no longer like that now. And now most media companies are owned, not most, but a handful of media companies are owned by billionaires. Michelle Adelson controls Las Vegas, Jeff Bezos, Washington Post, Bloomberg owns Bloomberg, Zell used to own all Chicago Tribune, LA Times. Now the LA Times is owned by a different billionaire, Patrick Schoon. Point being, two fundamental different ways of viewing media and journalism and their roles in society. I'm curious to see what you think is the proper role. Who's right, who's wrong? Is it right to try to get a media company to make a profit and return that profit to its shareholders, whom you could argue are paying the wages and the paychecks and the expense reports of the journalists flying around to tell the stories? Or should it be a lost leader And should news not try to make a profit? Should we go harken back to the old days where it was a loss leader? Curious to see what you guys think. Leave a like if you like this. Found this video funny. Fuck you. Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.